Hey there, my name is Kat Bujard, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what to do when you're feeling sick and how to make a plan with your family. Here we see an image of a coffee cup with a spoon in it. Maybe it's got coffee, maybe it's got some other warm liquid in it. There's a box of tissues with some used tissues all around it, and then a pair of glasses flipped over. And I know that the only time I don't wear my glasses is when I'm asleep or about to go to sleep. So this is a picture of maybe like a nightstand when a person is feeling sick. So the first thing to do is reflect about what you've done in the past when you felt sick. So maybe it was a long time ago, or maybe it was just last week. But in the past, what are some things that you've done when you have first felt sick and then also taking care of yourself, or maybe someone else took care of you when you were feeling sick? Here's a picture of a mother putting her hand to her daughter's forehead, looking at a thermometer, is maybe a little concerned. And then the little girl is sort of looking off in the distance, not looking very happy, probably isn't feeling well. Maybe even she's holding something to her chest, like a stuffed animal, to help comfort her. So this may have been sort of what happened in the past when you got sick. However, now things will be different because you may be living all on your own in an apartment, or maybe you're in a dorm situation with a roommate or friends around. Or maybe you still might be living with your family, but either way, it's important to think about what you want to do if they're around or if they're not around when and if you get sick. So in the first left-hand picture, there is a student in bed, probably in her college dorm room. She's got her hands clasped to her face, holding a tissue, maybe sneezing. She's in bed looking at her laptop. On the right-hand side picture, there's a student who is also holding a tissue to his nose, looking down at his laptop. We can see that he's in bed. He's got a scarf around his neck, so maybe he's cold, maybe he has a little bit of a fever, and then there's some medicine over at his bedside table, so it looks like he's been trying to help himself feel better. So before you even leave and get here to UNCG, it's good to make a plan with your family and support circles about what you want to do when you feel sick. So here we see a student sitting on a couch in the middle of what I'm assuming are his parents, and it looks like they're having like a family conversation. This may be what it looks like when you sit down with your family and have a conversation, but it could be something you do over the phone or in a text message or something else. But either way, it's just good to be talking about it before it happens. So here's some things to consider for your plan. Please know that this is not the only stuff that you should consider. It's just maybe a starting point. Your plan is going to look unique to you and your needs, as well as your family's needs. First thing I have here is, how long after feeling sick will you tell your family and friends? Some folks, first signs of like a scratchy throat or a sniffly nose, they might want to go ahead and be texting or calling their family and letting them know that something's up. Other people might want to wait a day or two just to see, like, am I actually sick or am I just tired? Is this just my allergies? Whatever it might be. But kind of having a plan with your family so that they sort of know what to expect from you. Also, how are you going to tell them? So maybe you're not living with your family when you're coming to UNCG. Maybe you are minutes down the road, or maybe you're an hour away. Either way, it might be helpful to either call or text, or maybe you like to video chat, whatever that looks like. How are you going to let them know so that they know what to expect from you? Here, there's a picture of a student. She's got some textbooks in front of her, and she is talking on the phone. Here's some other things to consider. where are the resources you need on campus to get help? So maybe not everyone lives on campus. However, we may still be coming to campus at some point to get either classes or go to the cafeteria or just to be on campus. So it's good to know where you can go on campus and how to get to it, what it's called, and yeah, the name of it. So here is a picture on the right-hand side of Anna Gove Student Health Center. This is our student health services that all students can go to get help. But also, it's good to also be thinking about where are the resources you need off campus to get help. So just because you live on campus doesn't mean that there aren't resources outside of campus to get help. Maybe you just need to find a local CVS or Walgreens. Maybe you like to go to Walmart to get stuff. So just knowing where there's things off campus, as well as even a local hospital if you really needed it. Finding out where those things are, what those things are called, and how you might make a plan to even get to them if you live on campus, or maybe you don't have transportation. How might you maybe make a plan with a friend about how to get there? What kinds of things might you need to stock up on before you find out that you're sick? So I know for me, it's good for me to just already have some stuff on hand. I know that I have allergies in the spring and the fall, so I like to have a lot of tissues. And here in the middle, there's a box of Kleenex brand tissues that I like to have because I know that sometimes my nose is just runny, and it doesn't really mean I'm sick, but it means that I like to have something to help my nose feel better, so I'm not just having a runny nose all the time. And then here in the left-hand bottom corner is some cough syrup. Maybe that's something that you could just buy and have in case that you needed it. It may be that you never even use it. It might go out of date before you even get to use it, but at least you had it just in case. But you know you best, and so maybe you might need some headache medicine. Maybe you need something to help you go to sleep at night. If you have a problem, you know, being able to fall asleep when your nose is stuffy or something like that. So just be thinking about the ways that you've experienced feeling bad in the past and how you can kind of be prepared before you even have to go to the doctor or get a prescription for some kind of medication. There are some things that you could just go ahead and buy. And here's a few more things. How should you communicate with and behave around your roommate and friends when you're sick? I know for me, I like to go ahead and tell the people I'm living with, hey, I think I'm starting to get sick. Or, you know, I don't know what it is, but I'm just not feeling good lately. Going ahead and talking to them about how you're feeling kind of lets them know that maybe we aren't going to get super close when we sit on the couch or something like that. Going ahead and having a plan with your roommate as well as your family can really help everyone know how we're going to behave and talk to each other when somebody gets sick. Also, the same with your friends. Maybe you're used to having a friend come over every now and again, maybe communicating with them beforehand, hey, I'm feeling sick, so you shouldn't come over. How should you communicate with your, how should you communicate with your instructors when you're sick? So down here at the bottom right-hand picture, there is a student whose hair is a little messy. She's sort of making a confused face, looking at her laptop. Maybe she is about to write an email to an instructor or professor about how she's feeling, maybe. So it's important to have a plan to figure out when are you going to email your professor about feeling sick. Maybe it's the morning that you wake up and you feel bad, or maybe it's the night before if you can help it. Some people like to have an email draft that they've already typed up in anticipation of feeling bad someday. So just be thinking about all the people that you might need to email or communicate with about maybe missing class. But also know that not all sicknesses mean that you have to miss class. So maybe be thinking about that with your family about when should I miss class and when should I not miss class. Maybe having seasonal allergies isn't the time to miss class, but maybe having COVID-19 is the time to miss class. So just be thinking about that. Also consider that there are many ways that we can be sick and that they are not all the same. Many people are worried about COVID-19 now, but not all sicknesses require the same things. So we should always be thinking about ways to keep ourselves safe. However, not all sicknesses mean that we have to quarantine ourselves for 14 days. If I have a cold or if I have the flu, I might have to do different things to treat myself and take care of myself and the other people around me. It is always a good idea, though, to be washing your hands and kind of just staying away from people if you're feeling bad. Here in the top right corner, there's somebody that's really scrubbing their hands, as you should be doing a lot now because of COVID-19, but also just in regular circumstances, like before you go to eat a meal or after you use the bathroom, things like that. So a part of your plan should also be things to consider after you're done being sick. So fortunately, you know, it may take a few days, it may take longer, but whenever you do start feeling better, it's good to have an idea about how you're gonna let people know and what you're gonna do after you're done being sick. So one thing to think about is cleaning areas that you've been in, such as your bedroom or high touch surfaces. So maybe when you were sick, you like to watch TV, but maybe that TV is you know, in an area that someone else might use it. So cleaning the remote, cleaning your laptop, all things like that. Thinking about ways you can clean them so that other people don't get sick. Checking in on your roommate. So communicating with them and saying, hey, I think I'm feeling better now. How are you feeling? Making sure that you still communicate with them just like you would your family if you live with somebody. Staying in touch with family and friends about feeling better. So just like they wanted to know that you were feeling sick, they are anxious to see when and how you start feeling better. So they just want to know that you're doing okay. So here in the bottom left-hand corner, there is a picture of someone using cleaning supplies and gloves and is wiping down some surfaces, maybe in the kitchen or in the bathroom. That's a great thing to start thinking about when you start to feel better. In the right-hand picture, it looks like two girls are in their dorm room and they are talking and having a good time. Just make sure that you communicate with the people that you live with about how you're feeling. For more information about getting tested for COVID-19, please visit the Student Health Services website to find out what to do next. So because we have been talking a lot about COVID-19, I'm going to click on this link for you so that you can kind of see what it looks like and what you can expect if you think that you have the coronavirus. So when you get to the Student Health Services website, one of the first things you're going to see is this bright yellow backlit text. It is saying that COVID-19 testing is available to students at Student Health Services following consultation with one of our medical providers. So it says, please call this number 336-334-5340 to schedule an appointment. So please know that our Student Health Services wants you to call before you come because number one, they want to be ready for you. And number two, they want to try to talk to you a little bit to make sure that they think that it really is COVID-19 before you just come on down there. Because if you tell them you're feeling maybe some symptoms that don't sound like COVID-19, they may tell you to do something else. So it's going to be really important that you call before you come. And of course, keep visiting that website to see if things change. They may change the rules. So maybe just go back and check. So very last here, we have a student who's wearing her face covering, her mask, as well as wearing her backpack and is holding her books. So she is looking happy and is prepared for going out in public. And then over here on the right-hand side, there's a little sticker that reminds us, be kind and wear a mask. So just remember to take care of yourself, take care of other people, try to wear a face covering when you're out in public or on campus or in class, and just take care of yourself. Think about things that you need to be feeling your healthy, most well, best self. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Take care.